right. Welcome, everybody. I am Takate, and of course, we have CHX42, the man of the hour here, who is going to be running Smash TV. CHX, what is up, dude?
What's up, everybody? We are running Smash TV for the NES, and we're doing it in this really ridiculous format of one player, four controllers. And I kind of just want to explain what's going on here before we start the run. So, this game has really weird controls for NES, but they did this workaround to make the game playable by holding two controllers like this sideways. We're gonna use one D-pad to fire, like we'd use this one to fire, the blue one, and then we'd use or to walk. I'm sorry, the blue one would be walking, and the red one would be firing. But in this format, I use my feet to walk both characters, and that's why they're colored here for each character, and I use my hands to fire for each character. And we're gonna play the whole game. We're gonna play both characters at the same time, and we're gonna hopefully die sometimes so we raise some money for charity because we're doing a dollar death pledge. You guys can do it too. We're going to count the deaths as we go and donate $1 for every death that we take. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So we're just going to get to it. So I'll do like a 3, 2, 1 countdown and we'll get going. So 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck, CHX. And that's right, if you want to join the $1 per death pledge, that would be awesome. I'm doing it. I know a few of us are doing it. And if he gets the world record, if he beats his own world record in this, I'm going to double it. I think he's going to do $5 per death if he gets the world record. Because if he gets the world record, it means he died a fewer times. So up the ante there a little bit. But if any of you want to join us in the pledge, that'd be awesome. It's, again, raising money for a great cause. And CHX is already underway. So one of the key strategies here is you want to kind of what we call hold the center here. So you see CHX's guys are just hanging out right in the middle of the room. It's the easiest way to kind of get positioned to kill the enemies where they come from any possible direction. So holding the center is definitely going to be one of the fastest things to do. And Chad, I'm going to need your help in counting these deaths because I may miss one or two. But let's have chat participation as well in helping us count those deaths. Hopefully, we see a relatively small number because that means he'd get a world record. But even if he has a high number, it just means more money for charity.
Yeah, so like these levels are like easier, and obviously as we go, the enemies just increase and it gets progressively harder. So I can do a little bit more walking around in these levels and kind of show you what's going on here. I like to keep the guys in this left-right orientation so my brain can like understand which one is which and where I'm moving them. Kind of keeping them close together makes it a lot easier for me to dodge things because I don't have to like focus on the whole screen at once. And there's like kind of like movement patterns. I do like mirrored movements where they're on the opposite sides of the screen and they move opposite ways to keep my brain like focused. And there's like just like you have to think about that the whole time while you're doing this because it gets really confusing as you go. If you get out of that orientation, it gets pretty much impossible to get back unless you like leave one guy in stationary and just focus on the other for a while.
That's right, and you see CHX is getting all sorts of different weapons here. So you got his red guy here shooting these little missile things, and the blue guy has this like triple shot here. All those power-ups, they're kind of dropped throughout the level, and so he'll be grabbing those different power-ups because they'll help him progress a little faster. That little man that you see there, that's a one-up. So he wants to make sure that he is able to get the one-ups, but with the character that, probably needs it more. So if one of his characters is down to like 2 or 3 lives and the other one's at 6 or 7 or something like that, he's going to try to plan out which character he grabs the one-up with and the power-ups with and so forth. So that's also part of the planning, is not just grabbing these power-ups, but making sure you know which guy you're going to pick up which power-up with or the 3 lives with. So CHX and I, we actually got into this game together. We were hanging out at Awesome Games Done Quick 2020. So back, when we could do these marathon events in person before the whole COVID situation. But we were just we were hanging out in the practice room, just playing games like, what should we play? And we just kind of scrolled through and picked a random game. And this happened to be the game we landed on. And so that was our first introduction to Smash TV, was literally just randomly picking this game off of the power pack and playing it. And so we played it one character each, and eventually CHX got to running it as one character, and then he decided to up the ante and do this 2 characters with 4 controllers madness, which is absolutely crazy. But that was kind of, like I said, his introduction and our introduction into this game. But from there, CHX has also progressed into Super Smash TV, which is the SNES version of that. And he recently participated in the Super Smash TV tournament. I think, what was it, you came in 3rd place there, CHX?
Yeah, I think it was 3rd.
Yeah, so for a rookie to the scene on Super Smash TV, he made it all the way to, the second chance bracket finals, where he ended up losing to 40 Watt Range, who is another amazing Super Smash TV player. And yeah, that was just a really cool tournament. So he's really taken this Smash and Super Smash TV stuff to heart. But I like to take a little credit for being the one that randomly selected this game.
Yeah, the Super Smash TV tournament is probably one of the most fun tournaments I've ever watched or been a part of. And if you didn't get to check it out this year, it's annual, so it's beginning of the year sometime. We'll be announcing whenever it happens. And it's really fun. They're really exciting. The run's really RNG heavy. You never know what's going to happen. And yeah, it was really awesome to be a part of it. I'm really glad that Bryce all puts that on.
Speaking of 40 Watt, I see him here in the chat, and I think we're still at 0 deaths. Is that right?
I don't think I've died yet. I mean, I can just take some deaths if you guys want.
Nah, man, get the world record. That would be hype if you got a world record in the live event. But yeah, looking good so far. So CHX, do you want to explain, I guess, a couple of these weapons? I know we have the triple shot that we saw earlier. But there's also like kind of a timing as to when you want to grab these weapons, right? Oh, and there's death number 1.
Well, basically, what I'm doing in here is just trying to grab whatever weapon I can with whichever guy doesn't have a weapon. But I try to focus on getting the better weapons to the red guy, because I normally shoot with my right hand. So it's more of a dominant shooting character, where like the left character I use for like getting something that's really risky if I have to, because it's the more dominant side for like what I'm normally doing with movement. The rockets are probably the best weapon in this game. They just take out everything in its path. Grenades actually kind of are good in this game compared to Super Smash TV, where they kind of suck. But basically, yeah, if there's a weapon out there, I'm grabbing it, you know? Like, so here are the bosses. Right. This is the Mutoid Man, who is the Trolltoid Man on SNES, but here on NES is just a chump. I mean, he'll still kill me, whatever, but, you know, it's like a totally different game. Like, that boss compared to this boss is like night and day.
That's right. So we are up to 2 deaths here, for those of you keeping track at home. Oh, 3? Did I miss one? I must have missed one. 40 is saying 3, so...
We can say 3. We can do 4. That's what I'm doing right now.
Told you it was going to be hard for me to keep track of, but I thought we were at 2. Okay, 40 says 2, yeah, so... Zexy says 17, so 17. I don't know. Chat's going crazy here with the deaths. But, so yeah, Mutoid Man on this version, a lot more comfortable and less trolly. Yeah, a lot less trolly than Mutoid Man on the SNES version. That right there is... when we were talking about the Super Smash TV tournament that you're in, a lot of the matches could be determined just by the Mutoid Man RNG.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's like the whole run basically comes down to that fight. I mean, if the game doesn't want you to beat it, it just won't give you drops. You won't beat it.
So we got a little bit of workaround here. Every bad guy you've killed is a death too, right? So that's gonna be a lot of money donated. No.
Oh man.
We didn't specify who died.
I didn't even think about that. So every level that you start, every map you start, you go back to having 5 lives. There's no continues in this game. There's no sharing lives. It's
orbs.
basically, once you die, you die. So we can't lose our lives, all 5 of them, but we can just run around and hopefully get some extra lives and get through this. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
that's the name of the game. We just get more enemies, and we just get harder, faster spawns of enemies. Luckily, in this game, it can only handle so much, so it's not as ridiculously hard as the Super Nintendo version, which is nice, because I was expecting that when I started de-rusting this, and I was like, oh yeah, this game's easy.
So this room you're hanging out in the upper right corner, whereas other rooms you tend to hang out in the center. Why would that be the case here, where you're tending to do that?
So this room, those orbs just kind of like pop out, and it's like kind of a timed room where like they're gonna just keep popping out, and you have to kill a certain number, and then they let you through. I'm pretty sure it works the same way on NES. So I just hang out in the corner. It's real safe, and you just kill them, and eventually it lets you through the room. You'll see there'll be rooms where like the room, I'll destroy everything in the room, and it won't let me pass. So like it's just, it doesn't even matter in those rooms. You just try to kill everything in the safest way.
And you got the rockets here, so that's, yeah, this is exactly one of those examples where you just cleared everything out, and now you're just waiting because the rockets were able to go through a couple of them at a time. So
yeah, the game
really powerful weapons. Yeah, they didn't expect Madden to play 1-player 4 controllers speed running this.
Yeah, it's really funny too, because the way we came up with this, basically we were playing 1 player or 2 players, 2 controllers, but both controlling 1 character when we started. And we first figured out this orientation, because like there's no instruction book that tells you how to do this. So like we had to plug it in, and we're like, what's up with these controls? And then like after that, it was like literally like, have you ever heard of someone playing 1 game with 4 controllers? And neither one of us had. But that's all it took. It didn't take much convincing after that.
Hey, do we got a second for a few donations?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so we have a $40 donation from TRS Crazy P. It says golf is a wonderful game. Thank you for having me back and letting me show this off. $6,000 win. We have $10 from X Kelsey. Yo, I think it's 5 yo's. What's up, CHX? Let's go. And then we have $42 from Anonymous. It says, Local 2 supports you. Put this to runner's choice. Thank you all for your generous donations.
Oh yeah. So, those snakes kind of suck. If we get rockets, those are the ideal weapon for those guys.
Ooh. You got backed into the corner there, and then you got out of it again, but still hanging out at only 2 deaths, so that's pretty impressive. By the way, shout-outs to Kelsey for that donation. She is one of the regulars in both CHX's and my channel, so thank you, Kelsey, for that donation. And once again, we're at 2 deaths, and if anybody's taking the $1 per death pledge, you're only at $2 right now because CHX is kicking so much butt.
Well, there's another one. I'm pretty sure we're at like 4 deaths now, but they happen so fast.
Yeah, they definitely are. So, we're already a good ways into this run, and only 2 deaths. So I think you're on pretty solid pace here overall.
Yeah, when we get to Arena 3, that's
so these weapons are
marathon.
kind of cool. Yeah, these weapons are kind of cool. The ones that you just lost here, they're like those little boulder things, and they kind of just spread out. Those are fun to just like twirl around and shoot the boulders everywhere. You got a shield now with the red guy, so you can just like run into the enemies and it won't hurt you. But that shield doesn't last too long there, so you have to be careful of it running out.
It's nice
Got
to
another
have,
one
though.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, this game is pretty generous with the drops. It drops stuff like, you know, on like a timed like system or whatever. Like it just keeps dropping things. So you'll always get power-ups. It's just getting to them.
Yeah, getting to them can be hard, especially if they, you know, you're doing a strategy where you're in the top right corner and they drop towards the bottom left or something. Those are the situations where you got to think about whether you actually want to go for those drops or not. It's always better to stick to your strategy than to kind of get out of line and go grab a drop that's out of the way, because then things can get much more hairy that way. So this is another one of those rooms where CHX is just going to hold the middle here, and these guys are coming from all four directions, and doing a stellar job. He's got a one up there that he does get, but as soon as he gets it, he does unfortunately take a death. That puts us up to 3 deaths, and you see after a death, the red guy took a death there, and he came back out with the shield. So after you take a death, you also have a little bit of invincibility time with the shield as well. So it's not a drop that he picked up there, it's just how you respawn after you take a death. You got that green shield, and you're able to just kind of plow through some enemies after you take a death. But we see CHX grabbing the triple shot here. That triple is very nice to clear out the end of that room. So I think we're at only 3 deaths from what I recall.
No, we're at least 5 now. We are
we're at 5?
Yeah, we're at least 5.
All right. Fair enough. I lost count. That's why I'm having chat help me out here, because watching and commentating and all that, I think, all right, we'll say 5 now. So I think everybody's in agreement that it's 5.
So these like red ball swarm things are a pain if you don't kill them. There's like one that you have to kill, or else it just flies around. Like the rest of it you'll like disintegrate it off. But if you don't kill the main one, then it'll fly around and it's really hard to dodge. Especially when you have these snake things at the same time and no rockets.
Yeah, so right now you just have the base weapon, and those snake things, they're not too terrible to deal with, but then when you have like you said, the red ball things, they look like the Moldorms from The Legend of Zelda. Those things are annoying when you also have the snakes on screen and you don't have a powered up weapon. So did a really good job of handling those. So still hanging out at 5 deaths.
Ideally, we would have killed
craziness.
those guys before these guys came at all.
Right.
Okay, that's the last one. Alright, cool. Now we don't have to worry about those things anymore.
So this is crazy. I mean, look at that foot action. Just backing up from the top right corner, back down into the middle once he gets these guys. The coordination here in being able to do 2 hands and 2 feet is just nutty. And I also have to say, I love the color coordination of the controller shells, your socks, your NES advantages, your joystick things here. You got everything perfectly color coordinated, so I really like that. That's death number 6 right there, but I think we also have to give a big shout out to CHX for the color coordination here.
Not to mention the grip on the bottom of the socks for added controllability.
That's right, we can't even see that. He's got the grip enhancement on the socks. It's like the performance enhancing drugs of 1-player 4 controller. No, I'm just kidding. Everything goes here, I guess.
It's silly. Alright, we're going up still.
We got a CHX in the chat. I don't know if you can see it right now, but we got a Ridley worst grade first. So
yeah,
I'm on board with that.
I can kind of keep up with chat, but it's my brain can only do so many things at once.
That's right. So for those of you who don't know, CHX is actually the world record holder in all 4 of the Metroid categories that are on the shorter end, so not the 100% categories, but he holds the world record in Metroid for any percent deathless, all bosses, and all bosses deathless. So the dude is just a gaming machine as well, and that's actually how CHX and I met. We, he'd been playing Metroid for a little while longer, and then I decided I was going to start running Metroid as a promise to a friend, a mutual friend of ours, Weaker Youth, and first day I ever streamed Metroid, CHX right in my stream. So if you guys ever want to hang out with CHX, just stream Metroid. He'll be in your stream instantaneously. As long as you put that as your game, he'll be there.
It happens often.
That's right. He trains a lot of new players, and you get to learn from literally the best in the world at Metroid. So I know a lot of you know who Metroid McFly is, and Metroid McFly is a good friend of ours as well. But CHX ended up taking the sweep that Metroid McFly used to have. So just incredible stuff that CHX has done, and he's doing right here as well, as he's once again back into the center here. So holding the center. These little, like, I don't even know what those things are on the bottom left. You've got the like little black things, and they kind of just end up exploding. But they're not too harmful, but eventually they do explode and shoot those little things out. And you just have to dodge those. I don't even know what they're called, explodey things from that.
Yeah, there's some bombs or whatever. They're like in the Super NES. They're like a guy with a bomb on his back or something. But
I prefer explodey things.
explodey thing works. I like it.
Laser Death Zone. This sounds scary.
This string can suck if you don't have the rockets, which we don't. So there's 2 deaths.
Yep.
But we have so many lives right now, this doesn't even count.
So I think that's, what is that? 8 deaths?
Yeah.
Shout outs to 8. Because we had 5, and then you had 1, and then you just had the 2 there. So yeah, I think 8 is the correct number.
So
Mr. Shrapnel. Okay, that's what it is for you. Go ahead, CHX.
Thank you. I can't think well enough to like actually tell someone the names of things. But I started derusting this on Monday, and I think 5 minutes into derusting, I broke one of the advantages. So I had to spend 2 days hunting down advantages to make this run happen. You'd be surprised how hard it is to find one of those on short notice.
Yeah, I bet. That's pretty wild. So CHX was saying, yeah, it wasn't working, and he was hoping he'd get one pretty quick. Thankfully, he did. So 2 working advantages again, and we're up to 10 deaths now. Took 2 extra deaths there. So we got a CHX42 smash emote in chat. I love it.
All right, so here's Scarface, and Scarface is way easier, as all bosses are on this game. But you have to kind of kill the perimeter of him. And it's pretty fun to do on 2-player because you can do this mirrored option where you opposite each other and just find where the spots are. And it's kind of fun actually. I like this fight. So there it is. It's up there.
All right, so up to 11 deaths, and all right, we've got second form here. See if CHX is able to get that triple shot. He is, so that'll help out for sure. Got another one down there that he's able to grab to maintain the triple shot, because like I said, these power-ups are kind of on a timer, so he will lose them eventually. So even though he already had the triple shot, he went and grabbed that extra triple shot just to make sure he kept having that throughout the fight with that blue guy there. So nicely done, and we are on to the next zone here. So I think we're at 11 deaths, unless I missed one there during the commentary of that boss fight. I think we're at 11.
All right. I had to move that back to where it went. Kind of moves around a little, but I have it velcroed to this carpet that's keeping everything in place, and I have the controllers attached to this board so they don't slide around, because I've run into every one of these problems playing this game, which is silly, but what I had to do to make it happen.
You have a good second to plug a couple bid words that are coming up?
Yep.
Alrighty, so in just a couple hours here at 4 o'clock Central Time, we've got Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. That game has quite a few incentives open for it still. We've got Pokemon Diamond and Pearl player name. Philip is in the lead with $100. Starter Pokemon name is Zammy at $30. Tao at $5. And we have the starter Pokemon choice, Chimchar at $5 and Piplup at $1. So that's an easy snipe if anyone's interested. And then finally, we have the HM Pokemon name, currently sitting at $2. So that's anybody's game. And, there's one last one. The rival name is Taguro15 Red Junior 2. So if you have any interest in those bid wars, those will be closing in the next couple hours, and you can make quite a bit of difference and help charity at the same time.
Alrighty, so CHX now encountering some new enemies now that he's kind of on another map here, and but these enemies right here we've seen before, but yeah, he had those little squiggly things. There they are, the squiggly things. I don't know what they're called, but they're squiggly things.
Bunch of snacks.
Yeah, the snacks.
So yeah, so that room, what we did is we like used this rockets in the center to control the tanks, and then we got that spread with the blue guy to control the enemies, and that was the main strategy there. It's pretty easy if you have that stuff. Otherwise, it can be one of those rooms that dominoes on you.
Chat's calling them noodles. I like
noodles.
We're gonna call them noodles.
Exploding
oh, and there's another death. So go ahead.
This room, we try to stay in these top, actually the next two rooms. We're going to try to stay in this top right-hand corner because there's no snakes over here. And it makes it a lot easier, and we just missed that one up. But whatever. As long as we maintain having about 4 guys, we're going to be good.
Yeah, so each room has one up there. So if you miss it, gotta wait to the next room to try to grab one. So I don't think we talked about that, but each room gives you one opportunity at grabbing an extra life.
And pretty much from here on out in the run, most rooms I'm going to be pretty taxed.
Yeah, it's starting to get pretty crazy here. So CHX, we're gonna obviously let him focus, but he is doing a fantastic job. He's kept it to 12 deaths only at this point, which is a stellar run. He's on really good pace here. And just gonna let him focus, make sure he has opportunities to catch those one-ups if he can. Now, he talked about this room and the next room. He's gonna be hanging out in that top right corner. So we'll have to see where that one-up drop is, and also in relation to how the enemies are behaving when that one-up drop happens. But if possible, he's going to try to, at least at this point in time, grab it with the blue guy, because you see red guy has 6 lives, blue guy has 4 lives. So we'll kind of see a little bit into this room when that one-up drops. So again, it's going to be the white little tile that looks like a man there. That's going to drop in. He takes a double death there at the same time. So that's going to put us up to 14. But he's got that top right corner now. And just gonna kind of hold his position here. Got the shield down in the middle, which CHX is able to grab. That'll allow that blue guy there a little bit of opportunity to go wandering around, which is good. And now he's got the rockets, so those rockets are gonna be super helpful. Again, they go just straight through everything, so he can be a little bit more aggressive here. For the time being while he had the rockets. And there's the one-up. He gets the blue guy to get the one-up. Nicely done. So CHX, awesome job there. Now he has, he's got this kind of shield as well. So CHX just plowing through this room. He took the double death early there in the room, but that actually kind of set him up perfectly for the rest of the room. So it was a nice double death to take in a way. It set him up perfectly for the rest of this room.
I mean, you're going to take deaths. You're not getting through this run like this without getting killed somehow. Like, it's just not happening.
Exactly. So, good question by Kelsey in chat. Has anyone ever attempted this, or is this the CHX percent category? Right now, it's the CHX percent category. Maybe someday, I don't know, somebody in chat or yours truly here will be crazy enough to attempt it. But right now, it's the CHX category. I think CHX, when I come visit you, I think I'll have to try to attempt it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to try at least, right? I mean,
we'll see how far I get.
I tried talking Yelzrak into doing it, but he didn't seem too into it.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know who Yellsrake is the world record holder in Marble Madness, but Yellsrake also, not only does he play Marble Madness, he plays Marble Madness one player, two controllers. So he's controlling two marbles at the same time. And he holds the world record in that. And he actually performed that at a GDQ and completed it. So I think it was Summer Games Done Quick 2019. Yellsrake completed the one player, two controller Marble Madness run in a live setting. So that was really cool. But now we just need Yellsrake to add his feet in.
I mean, he's like the only person I knew who was doing multi-controller like type retro runs when I started doing this. So I would always say I got all Yellsrake on this run.
Dr. Cossack says if he ever visits you, he's not doing this. I think I think you're making him if he ever visits you.
It's a condition now.
Yeah, exactly.
So like this part of the run, we go the top route here. And in Super Smash TV, you never take the top route because you can access secret rooms. But in this game, you can't access the secret rooms for I don't know what reason. They were lazy. They didn't have the room to do it. I don't know. They didn't loop the music. I don't know why they didn't do that either. Anyways, this route saves about 3 minutes on like the previous time if I do it right, just based on the room lengths and how they go down. So the first time I did this, I saved 3 minutes. I was about a minute behind myself going into this part of the run. So there's at least a minute I can take off the world record just by playing better and taking this route.
Yeah, so the current world record that you have uses this route, but what you were saying is you were a minute behind your previous PB at that point, so in your current world record. So you have, up to this point, a minute to save in the world record.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the words I was trying to make happen.
I got you. That's why you have me here. I'm just the echo chamber for things you're trying to say while you have 4 other things going on at once.
And yeah, currently my time for this type of run with 4 controllers is the fastest speed run recorded time of this game. It's faster than the 1-player world record or the 2-player world record with 2 people playing the game.
1 man, 4 controllers, faster than 2 people with 4 controllers. That's insane. So, he's really broken this game, but when I say broken this game, he hasn't broken it enough yet. Soon, though.
This room can be really difficult if you don't have rockets, because there's just tanks everywhere.
Yeah, there's all sorts of shrapnel to avoid as well. These things they're shooting.
But once you get rockets, you can clear it out
took a
kinda
death there.
fast. Like that. You just stand here.
Yeah, when you get the rockets, it makes everything a lot nicer. 1 shot, easy kills. But I think what puts us up to 15 deaths, I will say, for looking at the life situation, blue guy's at 5, red guy's at 3, just for those keeping track at home. He grabs the one up there, so now we're up to 4. He's also got triple shot here. He's going to grab with the blue guy, so a little strategy there. Red guy was closer, blue guy decides to get it. But we're just waiting for the next round because red guy has the rockets, blue guy now with the triple shot, and that's the strategy there. Clears out the end of the room extremely quickly, but you saw he had to wait because when he got those rockets, he cleared out that wave of enemies so fast that the next wave of enemies that were on that timer just didn't show up for a while. I feel like the triple shot is like the spread of Contra, right?
Pretty much.
The rockets, though, are like the one you really, really like.
Like, they're great for this when the snakes come in the room.
Yeah, the rockets just boom. Done. Look at that. But the spread is nice. The triple shot is nice because it like lets you clear out enemies. It won't clear out those snakes in one shot, but like when you have a wave of enemies swarming you, the triple shot is nice because you can just kind of spread out, literally just spread out your attack there. So I think he had double rockets there for a moment, and with both the red and the blue guy, but now he's back down to double P shooter. The red guy grabs the 1-up, so nice maneuvering there by CHX. you saw he was trying to hold the middle, but the 1-up was kind of to the upper left of the screen there as he takes a death. So that'll put us up to 16. But and I think we had another death there, so that puts us up to 17. But he did a really nice maneuver to grab that 1-up with the red guy, who generally, of the two characters, he likes to keep on the right side. That 1-up was on the upper left side of the screen. So he maneuvered both the blue and the red guy up to the top left to grab that 1-up with the red guy. So that was really well done. But we are up to 17 deaths at this point, but that's a really solid number for this point in the run. Like you said, you're not going to have a deathless run in this one. It's just a matter of maintaining the strategy and minimizing the number of deaths. But it's never going to be a perfectly deathless run. That would be absolutely nutty, though, if that ever happened.
I mean, as long as we keep over, like, 3 deaths for each guy, like I have 4 right now, we're good. So we just try to maintain this for the entirety of the run. It doesn't usually happen.
No, for sure.
Usually we get down to like 2 or 1 deaths by the end that we can take, but I like to have at least 3 for the Cobra boss, because he can troll you pretty hard.
Just able to grab that triple shot there, so well done. That was a tight situation, but he was able to grab it and cleaning them out nicely now. So there's another one there. We'll see if he's able to get it. He is, so he cleared out some enemies. The coordination that takes, just to know what you need to do with your left hand and your left foot on the blue guy there. He took out a couple enemies and was able to maneuver his way around to grab that triple shot. That's pretty crazy, but there goes the blue guy, so that is 18.
We got a new donation. Now's a good time.
Yeah, it's perfect time.
We have $20 from Seawalker777, who says, "I'm so happy to see CHX run this category. I've heard him talk about it, but I've never seen it. This is amazing. Thanks, Midwest Speed Fest, for another fun event." Thank you, Seawalker, for that $20 donation.
Yeah, thanks, Seawalker. Holy crap. Alright, cool.
Wow, well done there.
So, like, the tops of these joysticks will, like, unscrew while I'm playing. So sometimes, like, in the middle of a room, like, the top will start spinning on me. Alright, so we got one more room before the Cobras. This room kinda sucks. That's pretty much every room from the rest of the game kind of pretty much sucks.
There we go. So the rest of this game kind of sucks, but CHX is going to handle it very well, I'm quite sure. So doing a little double team action on that snake there that popped up on the right, but then he's got the red balls again, the fake Zelda Moldorms. But so far, handling this room that sucks very, very well. But I'm sure it'll get, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure it'll get a little bit more crazy here in just a moment. So he's able to grab that triple shot there with the blue guy. And now we've got a swarm of enemies as the Moldorms and the snakes are coming in, and we've got a 1-up down there in the bottom left. And he is able to grab it with the red guy. So red guy's up to 6, blue guy's at 3. So
which is fine. We just make the red guy our aggressive dude now.
Exactly. So CHX is going to go hard with red guy, especially in the next room. And blue guy, just safety guy there. So that's kind of the strategy there. If the roles were reversed, he'd make blue guy the aggressive guy. But like he said, as long as he has 3, he's going to be fine. So he's just kind of taking the lead here with red guy. So you see he went to the top left corner here, which is where red guy's going to kind of be the front man here in case any enemy encounters happen. He'll take a death with the red guy first before it gets to the blue guy. But right now, hold them off pretty well. And red guy does take the death, but that's why he's the aggressive one. Oh, and another one there. So that puts us up to 20. And we're still fine. We got 4 and 3. But as CHX said,
this is still fun. This is still not a problem.
Exactly. And
I'll
as
let
CHX
you know when
said,
it's a problem.
as CHX said, this room sucks. But He's doing just great, and again, we're not in any kind of a bad situation at all here. He's got the rockets temporarily there, which was able to clear out one of those snakes pretty quickly, and is able to maneuver down to get the triple shot there with the blue guy. So that'll definitely help. Getting those power-ups when you can, again, just is one of those things that'll save you so much time. For those of you watching in chat, like just look at that foot action there that he had there for a moment. That was crazy. So well done, CHX, getting through that room. He's gonna screw those little tops of those joysticks on a little tighter just to make sure he's ready.
Pretty much every transition.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're on Cobras now. If you have rockets, this boss is really easy. We have spread, so it's gonna be helpful, but we gotta try to take this Cobra out. Well, that happens before the other Cobra comes.
So we do have rockets for red guy here, which is nice, but unfortunately blue guy taking the death will put us up at 21. And now he's got the double P shooter, but he does grab the triple shot here, so...
Yeah, that dude's dead. He's dead when he's like that. He just takes forever to die. Alright, so I think that was him. Good stuff.
Grabs the one up with blue guy, so we're up to 4 and 3. Very comfortable situation. He gets more rockets there, so that's going to be super helpful.
Yeah,
because those things will get just multiple damage at once.
Yeah, this is a good situation to be in.
Yep, and then he also gets the triple shot right at the end of that room, so CHX in a very good situation.
I like how they give you a little break right here. Like, you just took out that boss. Like, they're like, yeah, you can chill for a second.
So I got a message from Cypherin. He says his phone is buffering, so he isn't able to completely watch, but he is in for the pledge as well. So Cypherin, thank you so much for pledging $1 per death. So we got several people in on this pledge. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool that people like actually did join up for the pledge. I did it really short notice, and we got a handful of people, and that's really cool that we can raise some money for a good cause here.
Yeah, so let's shout out those other people. In addition to Cypherin, we've got Lilavir, A-Nova80, and a Weaker Youth, as well as myself, pledging in addition to CHX. So we're at, I think, 21 deaths, if I haven't missed one since the previous room, but I think that's correct. And so 21 deaths times, you know, how many people are we at now? I lost the spreadsheet here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. That's $126, and CHX is actually $2 per death, so it's really 7 people. So, you know, we're doing $147 right now of donations, thanks to the number of deaths you've had. But this is still a pretty darn good pace. I don't know if you have a sense of what your pace is relative to world record, but I think you're doing pretty well.
Pretty good. Like world record's 48:30. I think we're at 42 minutes right now. We have 3 more rooms, this room and 2 more rooms, so the next room's kind of long. We might get world record, it's possible. We're doing pretty good.
Did you hear that, chat? He might get world record, so let's cheer him on. Let's get the hype in, chat. We have, you know, just a handful of 5 or so, 6, 7 minutes to go. So let's cheer him on. Let's hope for good RNG, good drops, and good gameplay as well. Grabbing that triple shot there again. And blue guy took a death, so that puts us up to 22.
But like I said, we're still fine. This isn't
All
even
right.
bad.
He'll let us know.
It's 3 guys up to the Cobras, and after the Cobras, 3 guys can get me through the rest of the game usually for each one. So
yeah. So the triple shot dropped kind of far away, so he wasn't able to grab that. So he's just going to have a double base weapons here going into the next room.
So on SNES, this is like the hardest room ever. It's like, I don't even know how many enemies are spawning. It's ridiculous. Here,
But when he does get a rocket drop right at the beginning.
here it's more manageable. And especially if we like hang out in this corner, we can manage it all. It's just a long room. It's like an
And
endurance
another
match.
rocket drop. Yeah. So that rocket drop right at the beginning was great for those, you know, chain link snakes things, because he didn't have to fire them out, kill them out one by one, you know, those pieces one by one. He was able to just plow right through them with the rockets. And then he got a second rocket drop there, which for these green guys, it doesn't help as much, just because they're kind of the base enemy, your foot soldier, if you will. But with the enemies that are more complex, the rockets are super helpful. So it was nice that he was able to get the drop right at the beginning when he had those multi-segment snakes. And there's the one-up, and he's... Wow! Dude, CHX grabs the one-up as he's weaving his way between multiple green guys in multiple directions, and is able to fend them all off. So well done on that one-up grab there by CHX. Getting the extra man with the red guy here. So just incredible skill and incredible coordination to be able to do that while he's also controlling the blue guy with his left hand and his left foot. So that was some pretty sick stuff. Triple shot and rockets. He's able to get the rockets with the blue guy. Well done. Before that drop cleared itself out. Those drops will eventually go away, of course, as you guys have seen. So it was nice that he was able to grab that just before it disappeared. And there's another death. We're at 23. Blue guy. 1 life left.
It's still fine.
It's still fine. See? We just got to wait on CHX to let us know what's up. And it's still fine. But I do think he'll be looking to grab that one up with blue guy in the next room.
Well, the next room's the last room, so we'll see how it works out. If I kill the guy fast enough, it doesn't even drop half the time.
Gotcha.
We're on a pace right here. We're at like, what, 46 minutes? So hopefully this room doesn't take much more than 2 more minutes, or a minute. It kind of sits here at the end.
And double teaming that last enemy. Grabbing the shield. Let's go.
Like, yeah, now you're going to get, like, these shrapnels that just arbitrarily pop out.
Calm before the storm.
It's a nice break. And I mean, like I said, the bosses are not hard. You just have to keep the blue dude alive.
All right, he's able to exit. Here we go. Let's go, chat. Let's get hype. Eat my eyeballs.
Thanks, game. That was
Blue guy gets the one up. That's perfect. That's
That's clutch.
exactly what we needed.
clutch. Whatever.
All right, so double death there for red and blue guy. That's 25 total, but he's fine. Got the rockets and the pea shooter. The double team. Let's go. There's another double death, so that's 27. Blue guy down to his last life.
But
He's got it
I think we just got world
very
record.
safe. And there it is. World record.
Yeah. We just got world record.
World record for CHX. 27 deaths. It's always one of our numbers, man. It's either 42 or 27.
Yeah, man.
There it is. World record. Dude, that's awesome. So CHX is donating $5 per death for a world record.
Yep.
I'm donating $2 per death. If you all want to join the world record pledge and double it to $2 per death, you're more than welcome to. That's what I'm doing. So let's get the GGs out for CHX, getting a world record in a live marathon setting. That's incredible. Congrats, CHX.
Thanks, that was awesome.
Dude, and chat was hyped for this whole run. I have to say, big shout outs to everyone in chat. They freaking loved it. 27 total deaths. So yeah, 27 deaths.
Which is a substantial amount.
What time did you have for your final time there?
48:11.
48:11.
And the old time was 48:32.
Yeah, so a new world record by 21 seconds.
Yeah, so we crushed it. Like I said, that route it takes so much time off of the original route I was doing, and then I was so far behind when I put it up. I've only done this route one time in a run besides this, so there's still time to take off it.
Still time to go. So CHX, any final thoughts or final words here before we give it up on to the next run?
I just want to say thanks to Midwest Speed Fest for letting me do this, because I've submitted this to several events, and this is the first one that's actually let me do this craziness on their marathon. So thanks for you guys, and thanks for everybody who donated and joined the drive and hung out. It was really fun.
All right, and with that, we are out. I'm Takate, CHX42. Great job, man. GG's.